Hello YouTube, it's time again for a What's in My Ruck. So this time it's going to be ultralight for Louisiana weather. Basically, I put my pack out, what I've been normally carrying for camping out here in Louisiana during the summer. Now, during the summer and spring and fall, it's basically summer. It doesn't really get very cool here, so you don't really need to bring a lot of heavy clothing and quilts and various other stuff. Right now we're in September. It's in the 80s and 90s here. Come October, November, it'll still be warm. Then we'll get a bit of cool days, and then it'll get hot again. So we really don't have much of a winter down here. So you don't really have to carry around a lot of stuff. But when it does get cold, it gets down into the 30s. So having an underquilt available to you is a good thing, and a top quilt, for a little bit of period of time. The rest of the time, you really don't need much of anything, if at all. What I have found is that some items that are traditionally needed, you don't need. Like instance, you don't need an underquilt. You don't need a pad if you're a hammock camper. Hammock camping is really what you want to do here in Louisiana, so you're definitely bringing a hammock if you're smart. We get lots of rain, ground gets wet, it rains pretty hard, and you may wake up in 6 inches of water. So being off the ground completely is great. We also have lots of venomous snakes, scorpions, centipedes, you name it, because it's very humid and swampy down here. We even have gators. At least with you don't want a gator knocking into your tent in the middle of the night. We have black bears in some parts of the state. But anyway, having a hammock is a good idea. But anyway, I'm going to take you over my list and give you some, what I normally take out. This is about 10 pounds base weight, so it's not a lot of stuff. As like I said, you really don't need it. And but there's a few things in here you may think aren't ultralight that I bring, but once I explain them to you, you'll understand. Anyway, we're going to go over stuff here. And first thing, trekking poles. Trekking poles are the universal walking stick, tent pole, everything. And they're lightweight, they're lighter than a wood stick, though it's easy to find those around here if you want one. But I choose to bring a good because it's nice and adjustable length and so forth. But these are great for setting up shelters and poking around. Makes a great snake stick in a pinch. My hammock setup, which is hammock gear, standard narrow hammock with the summer sock bug net. And which nice thing about the summer sock bug net is it's got this piece of fabric down on the bottom that acts sort of as a windbreak, so the wind doesn't blow directly on the hammock, therefore you don't need an underquilt. Plus there's a set of tree straps in there. Then I got my tarp. This is a Journey tarp. Now, I used to carry a Quest tarp from Hammock Gear, but with the weather being the way it is around here, and as much rain and hard rain, this thing's a lifesaver. You can batten down the hatches like nobody's business with one of these. I've got it in the the little tarp sock thing, and all I got to do is just wrap it up, tie it up, and good to go. Now you're saying, well, what do you wear on top of you? Well, unless it's cool, all I use is a Dutch wear quilt liner. And I just put this out on over top of me and, use it as a sheet. And that's really all I need. In fact, sometimes I kick this off when it gets real hot. Now, as far as cook set, you don't need much anything. I just got a little pot, titanium stove. It's got the fuel tank in there and everything. I even got my spices and everything in here. I got my titanium spoon, a little hook to hook it on my Ruck, and a GI can opener, P38. Because sometimes you run into canned stuff when you're doing various things. Carry compass. I've got some little protractor cards here that I use that are made by Essie. It just comes in handy. Don't absolutely have to bring this, but it's kind of nice to have a nice accurate ruler and something to trace with and whatnot. And a pseudo compass, it's a global needle. Nice little compass. And I just wear that around my neck. I carry 100 feet of number 36 bank line, Catalua brand. Lighter than paracord. Makes great for lashing things to your pack, making shelters, making fishing lines, snares. I mean, you don't have to carry wire snares, you bring this stuff. It just covers so many things that if you don't bring it, you feel an idiot if you ever need it. Suntan lotion, put on your nose. Maybe you're covered by trees, but it does get hot and sunny here, and sometimes you need that. Bug spray, 100% DEET, just bends, put in a little pump spray bottle. You can buy these on eBay, Lightsmith sells them. They're great. Headlamp, that's all you really need. Don't need to carry a flashlight or anything, just bring your headlamp. You can use it as a flashlight, Now this particular one is rechargeable, and it's nice and rough, it's waterproof. I took the strap off, made myself a little stretchy cord thing on, there to put it on my forehead. It's lighter than the original strap. Little first aid kit with whatever stuff I might need. This is a travel medic. I've added a few things to it, pulled a few things. I've got antacid in there, and some various stuff. It's got moleskin in there. Little electronics kit because I got flashlights to charge and cell phone and all that stuff. And this is the Anchor 1300 that's in here. This is pretty light. My water filter and my bag. Now I want to show you this one. It's a real simple system. It's just a bag and a filter. I replaced the end cap that they normally put on there with one from a smart water bottle. And I put this little piece on here just to use as a cover until I find something to cap that with a little better. But basically you just put that on, fill this up, screw it on here, and opening your water bottles. This holds 2 liters. I have 2 liters of Smart Water bottles, and I found that you really don't need more than that. I got a ½ liter I keep in the front pocket on my rucksack strap, and I carry a liter bottle in the side pocket on the side. There's some kissing bugs on there. It's that time of year again. But anyway, that's the water. Food. I got a Z-Packs food bag, bear bag, whatever you want to call it. I never have to hang it because bears are kind of rare around here. The only thing you might have to worry about is rodents or raccoons, and I don't care where you hang it, they'll get to it. So it's better to just put it near you, because they tend to stay away from people. But if you put something off in the distance, they'll make a run at it. Lots of Dyneema bags for everything, because that's the best thing to use for putting stuff in. Now, as far as clothing, I don't carry much. I got what I got on. I carry a pair of swim trunks. They're lightweight, they're old military surplus ones. I got a buff, little merino wool buff. It's nice sometimes to put on the head and get the sweat. Actually, it's a sweat rag, a general purpose thing. Extra pair of underwear, extra pair of socks, and that's really it for clothing. Around here, if you're carrying more than that and it ain't cold, you're an idiot. What I do have that adds some weight, my rain gear. Now this is Gore-Tex rain gear set made by Outdoor Research. Uses Pack-Lite Gore-Tex. Now, you know what they say, oh, Gore-Tex is hot. Well, it can get a little hot, but when it rains, it cools down. I'd rather be dry, and this stuff works pretty good for respiration. But this stuff works, pretty good at keeping you dry and so forth. I also have a pair of suspenders for the pants for the rain gear set, and that comes in handy. I also carry my normal knife, carry a pair of Ranger beads for pace counting, thermometer, and another can opener on there because I'm in the duplicates. And I got my little waterproof bag to put in my rucksack. But as you see, that's it. I got the pad here just for display purposes. I very rarely ever bring that. That's sort of an experiment. It was for another project that I'm working on. Though I do sometimes bring this. Yeah, but like I said, sometimes I bring this. This is the Z-Seat Thermarest makes this. And it's a nice little thing. It folds up. You're going to put your knees on the ground and whatnot. Anyway, that's basically about it. That's what I bring. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. You think I'm carrying too much stuff, let me know. Think I'm not carrying enough, let me know. But, regardless of what I say, I appreciate the opinions, but always remember, hike your own hike. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more, click subscribe. Please also consider supporting us on Patreon so that we can continue to make more of these videos. And you can also join us on our Discord server. The links will be in the description below.